Hello and welcome back to a Create Sim. It's been a little while since I've done a Create Sim and I am very excited for this one. I decided I was going to do the Banks family from Mary Poppins. Now, I have been listening to Disney music on Pandora. I listen to it sometimes at work and I'll listen to it on while I'm at home or even to and from work. So sometimes a Mary Poppins song comes on, and I've been really wanting to watch Mary Poppins. So a couple weeks ago, I did and I did record this video a couple weeks ago. I didn't actually do the voiceover a couple weeks ago, but a couple weeks ago I did watch Mary Poppins, and I absolutely loved it. I know I've seen a Mary Poppins probably 100 times, and I love that movie. There's just something, no matter how old you are, there's just always something magical and wonderful about that movie. It probably has a lot to do with Julie Andrews. She is, the queen. But she's fantastic. I really love her in everything. The Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, Princess Diaries. I absolutely love Julie Andrews. I think I love her in absolutely everything. But I had a lot of fun doing this. Unfortunately, I couldn't really make Mr. Banks look the way that I really wanted him to. He looks a lot younger than he does in the movie. I need to really work on my Sims, because sometimes they don't come out exactly how I want them to. But it's okay, because he still looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm glad I was able to find some of the period clothes. Like, it was kind of close to the period clothes that he would wear at the time. Because with some of my Create Sims and some of my speed builds, I'm really trying not to use as much custom content as I have been. I'm really trying to make it so that if anybody wants to download it off the gallery, they definitely can without having to download a bunch of stuff. Now, for my Let's Plays, it might be a little different because, those Let's Plays are really fun for me to play, and I'm having a blast with them. Definitely trying not to use so much custom content with my speed builds and Create Sims. But I did have a blast doing the Banks family from Mary Poppins. I really did try to use clothes that I thought that they would definitely be wearing at that time. And I found this outfit that I've never actually really used before, just because I've never really had a chance to use it, because I don't really have many Sims that come from a time like that. So I was really excited to be able to use clothes that I've never really used before. And I really love that I found a bowler hat in the game. So I absolutely love it, and I love the mustache, and I really love everything about the Banks family, and I really tried to keep it as close to the Banks family as I probably could. The athletic wear was a little bit of a challenge at times, but I still think that Mr. Banks looks absolutely amazing. I think it's definitely something that you would catch him in. And part of me wanted to keep those bunny slippers, but I really don't think that's something that Mr. Banks would be caught dead in. But I can't wait for you to see the rest of the Banks family, especially Mrs. Banks. I absolutely love her. She was a little difficult, as you'll see later on in the video. Michael looks fantastic, and so does Jane. They all look so wonderful, and I absolutely love them. I am taking some time off from the Disney Let's Play just because I really don't have too much inspiration for it. Hopefully, when I do get some inspiration for it, I'll be able to bring it back, and maybe you'll see the Banks family roaming around. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop with my Disney Create Sims and speed builds, because I have a lot of fun doing this. So as you see, there was Mr. Banks. All right, and right now we are doing Mrs. Banks. So she was a little bit more difficult, but I'm super excited that I was able to do a couple of things with her that I've never actually really done before. I've used a lot of clothes that I've never really done before, and especially a hat that came with seasons. I love it. You'll see it in just a minute, but I definitely did have to work with this a lot first because that definitely did not look like Mrs. Banks. And unfortunately, the Mrs. Banks that I do make doesn't look exactly like her, but I still love the way that she came out. I think she looks fantastic. Super beautiful. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I did use a hair with her that I don't think I've actually used before. I don't know, was this, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Give me just a second, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry about that. But I don't remember if that's the hair that I did use for her, but this is the hat. This is the hat that came with seasons. Absolutely love it because I think it is definitely something that Mrs. Banks would wear. I really wish that they had a child one because it looks just like the hat that Jan, is it Jane? It's Jane. That's the exact same hat that Jane wears in the movie. So I really wish that they had a child version, but they don't, which really kind of stinks. But as you saw, I went through a lot of dresses for her. It was, if it kind of worked, it really showed too much skin, and I'm really not still happy with this dress. But it's really the only dress that I could find that would really work. And I really wanted to use these shoes from Vampire's Game Pack, but I couldn't find the right color because I think they work really well with the period, but they don't really match the dress too well, unfortunately. But I think it still does look really cool, and I really tried to keep with the time. But I had a lot of issues with Mrs. Banks' outfit because if it worked, it still didn't work because it just showed way too much skin, and she definitely wouldn't show too much skin. You know, she is a lady of that time, and she wouldn't show a lot of skin, but unfortunately, that was really hard. And like I said, I was trying to keep with like the Maxis made outfits and dresses and stuff, so that was really difficult. But I still absolutely adore her. I think she came out wonderful. And I love this hat. I haven't actually used this hat. I haven't had a reason to use the hat yet, but I love it, and I think it looks fantastic. I love that hat. I don't think I can say that enough. But I really tried to make her look like from that time, but she, I think, looks fantastic. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the video. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button below and leave me any comments, any suggestions for any Disney characters that you want to see in the future. I really would love to hear your input. And if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, because I do Disney speed builds and create sims all the time, and definitely check out my seasons Let's Play as well. Alright, so thank you so much, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye!